Okay, let us move towards chapter number 13, direct and inverse proportions. Looking at some daily examples, we will get to know that things depends on each other. Okay, let us take a simple example of Mohan preparing tea for himself and his sister. He uses 300 ml of water, 2 spoons of sugar, 1 spoon of tea leaves and 50 ml of milk. Now, if he wants to make tea for 5 persons, so this will be increased. Similarly, if 2 students take 20 minutes to arrange chairs for assembly, then 5 students would take less time. So, this day-to-day life examples teach us that always one quantity depends upon the other. Now, let us consider some more example. If number of article purchased increases, the total cost also increases. Okay, if we buy 1 pen for rupees 5, if we are buying 5 pens, so cost increases, we have to pay rupees 25. Similarly, more the money deposited in a bank, more is the interest earned. And as the speed of the vehicle increases, time taken to cover the same distance decreases. So, in some examples, when one quantity increases, the other is also increasing. Okay, as in first and second. And in some examples, when one quantity increases, the other decreases. Like for a given amount of work, if number of workers are increased, so the time required to complete the work is less. Let us consider more situations in which one quantity leads to the change in the other quantity. So children, you will write 5 such situations on your own where when one quantity is increasing, the other also increases, and when one quantity is increasing, the other decreases. So the condition in which increase in one quantity leads to increase in the second quantity. Okay, such type of conditions are known as direct proportion. Okay, for example, if cost of 1 kg of sugar is 36, the cost of 3 kg of sugar is 108. Here the quantity of sugar has increased and hence the cost has also increased. So the cost and the quantity of sugar, they are in direct proportion. Let us see this representation where the weight of sugar is increasing and the cost is also increasing. One more observation you will see is when we divide the weight of sugar by cost, when we take the ratio, we will get a constant quantity, that is 1 by 36. 1 kg of sugar, the price is 36. For 3 kg, it's 108. For 5 kg, it's 180. Write down here the value for 6 kg, 8 kg and 10 kg. And divide and see, you will get a constant value of 1 by 36. You can take any number in weight. Okay, you have to multiply it by 36 and you will get the cost. So we have seen if we consider one quantity as x and other quantity as y, so x upon y is constant. Let us see one more example. When a car uses 4 liters to travel a distance of 60 kilometers. Okay, now the quantity of petrol has increased from 4 liters to 12 liters. Similarly, the distance traveled has increased from 60 kilometers to 180 kilometers. More the quantity of petrol, more will be the distance traveled. Now let us consider the petrol in liters as x and the distance in kilometer as y. So when we take the ratio, we will get it as 4 ones and 4 15s. So the constant ratio will be 1/15. So hence we come to the conclusion that when x and y are in direct proportion, so x upon y is equal to k, a constant value. And if we know the constant value and if we know any of the quantity, we can find the other quantity. For example, here we know x upon y is 15. Okay, and now here x is given as 8. So we can multiply this by 15 and we'll get the other value. Okay, students. So this is x by y, this is x1 by y1, x2 by y2, x3 by y3, x4 by y4, x5 by y5 and x6 by y6. So when we know one constant value, we can find the others. Okay. So similarly, in case of Mohan, we will see that 750 ml of water, 5 spoons of sugar, 2.5 spoons of tea leaves and 125 ml of milk will be required for making tea for 5 persons. Now, this you will have to do it yourself. You have to take a clock, okay, fix its minute hand at 12. Now, the angle turned by the minute hand from its original position to in 15 minutes. Okay, what is the angle turned? 90 degree. Then in 30 minutes, what is the angle turned? 180 degree. Now in 45 minutes, what is the angle turned? 270 degree. And now in 60 minutes, what is the angle turned? 360 degree. One complete angle. Okay. So now take this quantity as x and this quantity as y, and in the third column write down what is x by y. Okay. You do this yourself and we will discuss in Google Meet what are the observations. This you should do. I have told you value of A2, A3 and A4. So now T1 upon A1, write down the value. T2 upon A2, write down the value. T3 upon A3 and T4 upon A4, write down the values. Okay. One more thing. If we'll see one friend's age 5 years ago, his present age and age after 5 years. Again his mother's age 5 years ago, mother's present age and mother's age after 5 years. And if we will take the ratio, so we will see that the ratio is not constant. Do this practically and you will be convinced that the ratio is not same. So it does not mean that if there is increase in the quantity, they are in direct proportion. We have to check the increasing ratio or decreasing together need not be always in direct proportion. And here are the 3 examples given, and you will see that physical changes in human beings occurs with time, but not in a predetermined ratio. Okay. Then changes in weight and height among individuals, they are also not in any fixed proportion. Then the height of the tree is growing and the number of leaves growing on the branches, they are also not in fixed proportion. Okay. Now try these is for you. Here you will try to find out whether x upon y, they are in proportion or not. These are the 3 sums. And here use the value of simple interest and compound interest. Okay, use the knowledge of simple interest and compound interest. So in 1 year, in 2 years, in 3 years, find out the simple interest and find out the compound interest. Then you have to see that the changes, are they in direct proportion with time. Okay, so formula for simple interest and formula for compound interest. Further, read the solved examples 1, 2 and further. We will be discussing all the solved examples in Google Meet. In all, there are 5 solved examples, and this all we will be discussing in today's Google Meet, which is at 12:30 as usual. Fine? And I want everyone to be present because I'll be teaching the part of solved examples in Google Meet. Okay? So students, read and be ready for the explanation. Thank you.